Hello everyone. Okay, so I know I haven't made a video in a while. Back in September, I had a hemorrhage in this eye. I might have mentioned it in the last video that I did a couple of weeks ago, a month ago, when I first started getting back into my artwork and, avoiding yarn because I don't want to get any fibers in my eyes. In the meantime, I am working on my third drawing in the original painting. I first did them on copy paper when I was in rehab. I was afraid to break my light box and because it's a thin flimsy thing. So anyway, it is happening. This is the third one, and I'll be coloring on that in a little bit. But while I was coloring that, my mom hollered, "Sharon, you got a Christmas card." And I'm like, okay, cool. And I thought maybe family, but no. Jenny from one of the channels here, I'll post a link below to her channel. She's doing yarn really good. Her mother passed away around October time frame, I think, during the time when we didn't have any power, and Helene had come and hit us, and we were still, my area is still struggling. Okay, we're okay, Mom and I are okay, but a lot of people are still intense and stuff like that. A lot of people lost their homes. We had minimal damage. The crawl space door below this room, it doesn't shut good anymore. So the wind will blow whoop, whoop, whoop. At any time the wind is really, really bad. More so when it's the windy and raining than just windy. But I kind of like, oh. And the one time we lost power, it came back on pretty quickly. So that was good. So anyway, my friend Jenny sent me a card. Look how pretty it is. I love it. And I think she wrote, and my eyesight, makes it hard to see things sometimes perfectly. I have to use glasses. And I think she said, "I hope you have a great Christmas. All the best, Jenny." So anyway, backwards because it's the mirror. Yeah. But anyway, the card says, "Seek and you will find." And I just love it. It is beautiful. I'm going to get Mom to make me a Christmas card. Might be a little late. Anyway, so, okay. Before I get to start this down and start coloring, because I'm going to do that, color on camera. I don't talk so good coloring on camera. This is one of my drawings that I've finished. See, I have it in my book already. Can you see? You can reach in and pick them almost. These are my favorite. Daffodils are my favorite, and I think they just turned out great. Now, I might have gotten some of the colors on the tulips a little darker than I like, and so some of the lines might be showing more than I wanted to, but I think it turned out okay too. And now, the piece de resistance is that color. I'm going to color. I don't know if you can see it. Can you see it? I don't know. Let me know. I'm going to I'll look at this later. Okay. So, I'm working on down here. And paper has to come. Now, the reason to put a paper over top of this when you're using soft core pencils is that soft core pencils can smear really easily when you're blending. And even when you're not blending, they can smear and get on your hands really, really badly. So it's always best to protect the pencils. So here I'm going to come in with this, it's called Blue Lake. And I got to plot which one is going to be on the back side, which one's in front and which one's on back, and where the shadows are going to be, because that's what's going to make it look three-dimensional is the shadows. So get it three-dimensional here, And so this is a slow process doing color pencil drawings. It really is much slower than painting. Painting, you gotta wait for it to dry, but for the most part, doing a color pencil drawing, you just gotta get your colors in there, plot where the folds are going to be, where it's going to be darker, where it's going to be lighter. And it's like a push-pull kind of situation when you're blending, because then you put down a color and then you put a dark color, you go to a light, but right back over where you had the dark color, back and forth. And eventually that does cause your drawing to become three-dimensional and blend. And with my eyesight, it's not so easy to get some of these things in there. But I am still healing. I have a break from the shots for 1 month, and they'll probably resume. Tomorrow's my eye appointment where they're going to examine my eyes again, and they're probably going to have me have more, light, yes. I want this lighter. I need to sharpen it. My little sharpener. Okay, when you're sharpening hardcore pencils, hold your pencil in your hand, put the sharpener around it, and go around to hold it steady so the pencil don't rock. Now, I guess it would be different if you're using an electric pencil sharpener, but I like to use the artist kind. But, a lot of people do use the electric kind. I don't have the electric kind. I much prefer a much more controlled, because these are expensive pencils. Prismacolor, although there's some out called Color I would love to have, but I can't afford them. They're much cheaper. They had a box of 520 something, but I was like, wow, that would be wonderful to see how those work. But they're so much cheaper than the Prismacolor, I don't know about their quality. But, that's something that I'm thinking, I would like to try that, but I just have to wait. Have it in my wish list and wait. Because I can't afford it. So, anyway, I'm hoping this shows up a little bit. And I'm coming with a lighter one, the white. The white needs to be sharpened. I get them little. Again, I use as much of these as possible, because Prismacolors, I don't know if you can replace the Color as easily in individual pencils when you use one more than the other, but you can with Prismacolor. But Prismacolors are like almost $2 a pencil, so Prismacolor's really expensive. And I do have duplicates of several of my most used colors. Yes, white is one of them. It's not too short to drag out my unsharpened one yet. See, I use it until it gets to be, let's see, how little do I go? I go that little. Yep, that little. Till you can't sharpen it no more. And that's because, they are kind of expensive, and so you use them all up, and they get that little. But anyway, I'm liking how this is working with this light blue on here. It's going to be a dark blue on the bottom part. This other one here, it is a peachy, purpley kind that I grew. Well, I still got it. It just hasn't. It bloomed one year and then it hasn't bloomed since. It's in a container. I do container gardening. I haven't tried to plant it in the ground here at Mom's house. So anyway, now one more. Bring it a little bit more dark into the bottom. Just get that dark there right at the edge where the shadow is going to be, because some things in front of it will create a little bit of darkness to it. Get this here. There's another little tiny bit of yellow from the fuzzy pollen part that you see, because this one's bloomed out a little bit more than the others. And this one here, right here where my finger is, that one is just not blooming all the way out yet. And so anyway, this here is still a light color, but it's a little bit darker than the base color of the I think powder blue. Let's see, no, light sky blue is the one that I put the base color on. I didn't do the cloud blue. This one here is a cloud blue. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's a cloud blue. It too is not short enough yet. So get some of this white in here and bring it to where I need a little bit. I'm gonna, let's see, electric blue. A little bit of electric blue in there. Over top of this other one, it's not very dark, but it'll give a little bit of enough depth to the flower to pull it forward. Which is important, to pull it forward, get those folds in there so you can see the folds. And after this, I'm going back to that dark. Back to the dark. And this is not very dark when it comes to blues, but this is a light blue color flower, so it needs to be on the lighter dark compared to the light blue colors. Just grab it in there, take the shadow around the petal of the one that's in front, and then give this a little bit of depth here, this little petal sticking up behind the other that hasn't fully opened up. Get that white back on that area. Let's see, what can I do? Oh, I don't know. No, not that color. See, not that color. China blue? Just a tit little bit. Not enough to really give much. Just a tiny little bit. Tiny little bit. I don't want to create a line. So there, I think that's looking good. Get that white. No, the powder blue instead of white. Going after the powder blue this time. Over top of this edge. Yeah, I think I'm happy with that one. Now off to this other one. Get the, it's a toss. Do I need to do it this way? I think I do. I can hold on to this corner here that don't have anything on it. Keep my hand away from any of the color pencil lines. And push and pull that dark. Put in the shade where it's shading around. And where it's in front and behind. And this one here is in behind. Now I have good news about my diabetes. It's down to a 7.9. So there's that. My sugars are doing good. And I don't have to have another doctor appointment for my diabetes until February. So I'm glad for that. And so anyway, okay, trying to see. That is in front of this one. Had to decide which is in where. Get that white. Right there it goes. Covered it up. Covered up the white with my other colors of the paper. Covered it up. Covered it up with the paper. And I know I'm repeating because I'm kind of concentrating on getting this flower looking like it's three-dimensional. I don't always do the same color with each single one. I look and see and I think, will this do a good color? I think this is like periwinkle. I don't know what kind of colors that Color kit that I was looking at. I don't know what their colors are called, and I was curious, and I'd like to know this. So if anybody has that 520 Color, do they have any sets of grays? Like, for example, Prismacolor has 3 sets of grays, 6 each pencil, where they're darker gray, lighter, and into the lightest. It goes from 90% all the way down to 10%. It has a 90%, a 70%, a 50%, and then a 30%, and then 20 and 10. And what's called cool colors, cool gray, a warm gray, and a French gray. So they're all kind of a little bit different kind of a shade of gray. But I was just curious if the Color had grays in it. Wow, would that be a difference in whether I wanted that 520 kit or not? It might, because sometimes you need those grays in some drawings. I'm not using it for these flower pictures. I don't want to muddy my waters, so to speak. But would be nice to know if it had sets of gray in it. I saw all the blues and those blues in it really caught my attention. I have to save up. If Prismacolor had 520 pencils, they would probably charge $1,000. To tell you the truth, this one is $129 for the Color of 520, and Prismacolor's $150 is probably over $300. So there's that. So Prismacolor has 150 set. I think that's their biggest set, unless they have 180 now. I don't know if they've come out with anything since. But anyway, I'm getting this one on down here, and there we go. Now I'm gonna move this around so I can figure out where to go. Darker ones are coming into play now. And anyway, so, but, okay, darker ones. And now, so anyway, now, I've got this up here to look at. Okay, that's a purpley. This one here is, I know what I need. Where is it? I don't see it. I gotta find it. It's not right here. Yes, this is my 100. Originally this was 120, but I've added extra pencils to make it closer to the 150. Maybe 148. I don't have all 158. I got most of the good ones that are replaced, and some of the ones that really came with this that don't have anymore are the deco colors that you can't get. Some of the deco colors are kind of related to peacock blue. You might need that. I'm not finding it. Is it here? It's not here. I have it somewhere. I'm looking for the indigo blue. That is my darkest blue. I don't need the black. I don't want to muddy my waters. Muddy the waters. I don't want to get the muddy. I don't need to use dark. I'm not using browns lightly in this one. Violet blue. I thought I had that, but I guess not. What can I put down here? I'm not going to be putting pink into this, so I'll remove those from there and switch them around. I really don't know what I've done with it. Look in here, see if it's in here. I didn't think so. Oh, dark. Yips. Yes, I did that. Get some of the shading here. so I can see where that yellow is for the little fuzzy thingy, the flower where the bumblebees are attracted to that gives the pollen on these type of plants. I'm getting the shadow around it slowly, and I'm getting the shadow around this very lightly because I want to come over it with the main color. And so let's see, this one here will be in front bending, and then a little bit more in front bending. And so the sun coming down, so shadows on the bottom and a little bit on the sides because it's kind of round, it's not flat. So, and underneath here these petals would be shadow. Can you see? I think you can see. I'll look at this video in a little bit when I get this more fixed. So anyway, I know I'm making a longish video, and when I get this one finished, I will say, okay, gotta go. And then just this one, not these down here, this one here, when I get it to where I can say, okay, that's good for now, then I'll go ahead and get off of here and, you know, do my stuff, rest my back, because by the time I get this finished, it'll be lunchtime, and be time for my back to say, stop hurting me, because yeah, my back hurts when I do this, bending over like this. Ouchie, ouch. I don't have a good desk. I have the card table. It works okay, but it's not a good height, and I'm sitting on my bed. So get this behind here. This one's in the shadow mostly. Little tip of it might not be, and get that right there darker, because, you know, anyway. So get these little thingies going. It's ruffled. Bearded irises are a very roughly looking flower, very roughly looking, so plot those dimensional thingies going into it. I love bearded iris, but yes, daffodil's my favorite. Anyway, I don't do easy. I don't actually do coloring books at all. This is something that I drew. I went online when I was in rehab, and I looked at the flowers and I drew. That flower here on top is one that I grew, and so I had my own to look at. And the others I found online, pictures of the bearded irises to look at. And so that's the key, look at them. And draw them when you're looking at them. Of course, I do have a Bachelor of Science degree in Fine Art. I guess that does help, having that degree. Therefore, you know, and I have developed my own style since then. And I do all kinds of drawings. This is bumblebees and flowers, but I've done people before. And, you know, drawing people, I can get it to look pretty much like you if you're in a happy position. I don't like to do it when you're sad. I mean, I could, but I don't like to. I like to do people when they're looking happy, because that's just so much better for someone to look happy. Much better to look happy. And if you notice, I'm turning this page around and around to reach the different areas comfortably. And now, on top of what I'm drawing on, I'm not drawing on my board here. This is just a wooden board that used to be something I got at college. I'm drawing on top of the pad of paper that this paper came in. And that is because it's a thick cardboard on the back side, and it doesn't give you any marks of anything. So it's important what your background is going to look like when you're doing this kind of thing. I think I used the indigo to draw this. When I get this, when I do my sketch, I come back with the light box after doing the sketch,
And with the high quality paper, I tape the high quality paper on top of it, because high quality paper will leave lines if you try to erase. So it's just better to start on sketch paper. And then I'll use the color pencils to draw the objects close enough to what they're going to be, so I can hide my lines, hide all the lines of what I sketched. And that works for me. Not really cheating, because I'm using my own artwork to sketch. Something I really drew myself. Came out of my own mind. Sometimes I'll take the objects, what I want to put in there, and I'll draw them on smaller pieces of paper that will be about the size that I want them to be if I'm having a trouble sizing it. Because sometimes size matters of what you want. And so I'll draw small, and then I put it on another sketch pad to sketch still to get them all assembled together. So that can sometimes be a process, and how I get to my bottom line of getting the drawing going and finished. And I'm about ready to come in with a medium color, because this petal is way darker than the top part. But I'm trying to get the darks in there where I can see it. So now we're going to need to get a medium color. And maybe that China blue? Where was that? Not this peacock blue. I'm not comfortable with the peacock blue. I think China blue. I don't think did I use China blue in the other one? I might have. But it's okay. It's okay to put the China blue in here. Electric blue probably needs to come in play. I didn't realize it was going to be... Okay, China blue will come back later. I'm going to get this other color. One of the darker colors I was using from before. Needs to come into play here. You know, the darker color from above can be on the main part of this. Sometimes that worked good. I don't know if I'm going to get it darker. I might get it darker than that. I might come in with more dark, and if this is one of my lighter colors, I definitely need to go a little darker so it doesn't look flat. I don't want it to look flat. Got to start going over top of that dark shadow color to blend it. And yes, I'll need to get more of the shadow color back in there as I'm going. And hopefully you can still see. I'm not really sure. I'm not sure of the lighting of this camera, because when I look at it from this angle, it don't show much. And guess that if it don't show much, who knows, I might not record this video. I might consider a fail. I got my laptop plugged in and to keep the charge from dying on me. And my window is to that direction. And so it's important to have natural daylight when you're doing coloring, because you can see the colors better at nighttime on natural light than you can with artificial light. When you use artificial light, sometimes you don't see it the same color as you would with natural light, and a lot of times it makes things just look a little too dark. Had to pull that paper to get where I could reach it good, and yet keep myself from smearing it. So this is coming along pretty good. I'm going to bring in some electric blue on that one. It'll give it a good pop, a good shine, maybe a velvety texture. Some flowers have velvety textures. Make it look as realistic as possible. I don't think I can get anything better realistic looking as I did the daffodils. I really made those daffodils look like you could reach in and pick them from the paper. Okay, now I'm going to come in with Imperial Violet. Let's give it a little bit of purpley dark. And I don't want it to be purple like the other one over there, but it needs a little bit of purpley dark. Darken it a little bit more than the just make it pop. Get the dark back in there. Re-getting the shadows. More shadows for darker, different color. Come out into it. Give it a little bit more. Go lighter in there, further away from the line. And then come here gently on that one, because you don't want to get rid of that edge. You want the dark from behind to show up. So get these back in there. I'm going to be getting ready to turn the paper again. Turn that paper. Bring it down so you can see better. So, getting ready here. It's coming along very nicely. It's getting there. I never keep in track of what color I'm using. I just go with what I feel. And that might mean sometimes that I really don't know what color I use from one flower to another. And like I especially don't remember, number one, my kit of set of 48 Prismacolor pencils is what I used when I was in rehab. But okay. Okay. There was something I missed. I think that was a lighter fold right there. It was not a gap. A lighter fold. Violet blue again. Push pull the darks. Push pull the darks and get those shadows. Shadows is important to keep. Now sometimes I come back after getting the shadows in on one to get the lights back that might have not be matching up, because sometimes they don't match up. Getting this to be a little bit darker looking. I'm sorry if I'm turning it. Easier to reach it. Yes, sometimes we don't always keep the object in the same direction. Sometimes to get that differentiation of color, we turn our pages. And then this one here, I'm about ready to take it to another level. There's a special pencil I have, and I don't know if Color has that special pencil, but it doesn't come in a kit with Prismacolor. You have to buy it separate. It is a blending pencil. And so I'm about ready to grab a blending pencil. But first, I need to see if I need to get this line right here of white over top of this area. Right there, back where I was drawing before. Get a little bit of white to bring that out better. Now, let's see. We're going to go in with a lighter color here now. One I wouldn't have done until I got it all out, and then I'll go with the blending tool. Get this little bit of but I need that electric blue too. So as I'm doing this, it makes for a long video, so I'm so sorry. Long video. I don't know how long it'll take to upload this, but when I get this one done. Oh yes, the direction of your lines can tell you what the direction of you go in the direction you want, but in this case a flower can be all different directions, so that going one way and another way can make a difference on what you're drawing, how it's looking. Like go in the direction of the curves in some cases, and go in the direction of the flow of the flower petals and the direction of how long it is. Go in that kind of a direction. And because, you know, this is colored pencil drawing, and it's blended to the point that it might actually look like a painting. So to get it well blended, you go in all kinds of different directions. That helps with the flow of the painting, drawing. And so now, this is Prismacolor blending tool, blending pencil. It actually has no color, but it blends. It's like adding wax to your colors that you're happy with. So like I could go, but I won't. I'm just going in the same direction. It helps blend the colors together. Gets really tiny little white specks on your high quality paper, because your high quality paper, this series here, drawing Strathmore, it's 400 series. It is not smooth. It has a bit of a texture to the paper. That's what makes it the high quality paper though. So anyway, the blending tool helps get some of those little white specks away and blends it even better without adding or decreasing your darkness and lightness that you put in to make it have three-dimensional shape. So I love this blending pencil. I need more. I have this one. I might have one more in my. I have a tissue box that's got the backup colors in it, and then they come this way without being sharpened. Well, they used to. Anyway, and I have plenty of the backup ones, and I probably have backup ones of the blending tool too, because I've used the blending tool up before, and so it's not surprising to use it up. I need to get that yellow. I need to go for the yellow, but I need to I need to do something with the paper here. Not the paper. I don't know why I said the paper. I need to take my palette and go a switcheroo kind of thing. So palette's turning out, looking beautiful. Beautiful. It's almost where I'm ready to say, okay, get that yellow in there before you won't be finished until I get the dimension depth for the yellow. So I'm going to put this both on YouTube and on Facebook. Jenny can see it on both, but I'm going to share it to a group on a crafting group on Facebook, and share it to my YouTube channel. And if you want me to do more color pencil drawing videos and just talk and ramble, then just let me know. Say, ramble please. Ramble. Because that's what I do when I'm drawing. I'm trying to say things, but at the same time, my mind is on trying to get my drawing into a three-dimensional form. I still have some lines on the top, but when I put the sky in, some of the lines on the blue flower will go away. And so now, the last thing here I need to do is get this thing in organized manner. Now, I think I have this one in a different area. It don't really matter, I suppose. I have this set up to where smaller pencils are sitting on top of the taller ones that don't take up much space. So I have to do a little push and pull with where I have my pencils in this. I might be able to get all of these in here. That one's the tallest one. See if it'll fit right there. Barely. Not really. So switch this one out. Put that one there. This one there. I had 2 extra. I had 2 sitting like that. Yeah. Bring this up. Different color. Put that out of the way. Oh, yeah. 2 more. The grays are all on the sets of grays are right here, here, and here. Yeah, they're wonderful. Which one have I used the most of? The cool gray, of course. Cool. I tend to like cool colors other than warm colors. And there are cool colors and warm colors in a lot of things. Oh, I need that white in there. Electric blue, I forgot all about that. I didn't mean to forget. I talked about it, didn't I? And then I didn't do it. So let's come back and make the pop a little. Now my ears are wanting to pop. I don't know why. Not good for ears to pop when you're wanting the color to pop. It don't do much to it, but it just gives it a little velvety. I love this color. The blue colors are my favorites of the set. They all work good. They all work good. All of them work good. Get them right in that nookie corner at the edge of the flower. I almost got this electric blue on there. Well, that's doing well. Okay, now to get that yellow part of it. And then I'll be finished with this section. This is a lot to do. This will take longer hours than my camera would record for. Okay, now move that out of my way. And I'm looking for one particular color. This one here. It'll bring in the shadows of the yellow. And I don't need a lot of shadows on that yellow, just a little bit of shadows, because it's a three-dimensional little thing that on it. It's like a fuzzy little thing, and you can't really hardly see that one. That one is really hid good. And now push and pull with this other yellow. Bring this yellow here. That will be green behind this yellow. I'm getting a little bit of green on there just to be able to see where that yellow is. This is a light green color, so it's not going to do much to the stalk that's behind it. I'll darken it later at a later time, but I just wanted to plot that. And I can't see it. Okay, now back to getting the whiteness of it, getting the yellowness of it. Blended that yellow in there. Blended that yellow in there. Back to the other color. Oh. No. No. Yes. Okay. I've got what's called goldenrod. I didn't want goldenrod. I've got, oh, that's peach. Okay. I think this might be sunrise yellow. That's one I was looking for, sunrise yellow. Not the Spanish yellow. It goes well with this one. Sunrise. Sunrise. Yes, sunrise. Those are the backups for this color. They're starting to get a little shorter, but I haven't yet sharpened them yet because, well, they're not ready to be sharpened. Okay, and another little tiny light yellow back into the, pulling it lighter. Give it a little highlight. And then I'm going to call it okay for now. And going to say bye for now. And just let me know, comment below, and tell me what I should do next. Which one? I mean, more rambling drawing videos. No crochet right now. Eyes fiber not good. All right. Okay. Bye now. It didn't.